Hi and welcome to my short video about needle turn applique. I'm Lucy Engels and I'll be showing you the technique I used to make my Vanishing Act quilt. I've got my tools ready, my John James needles, a small pair of scissors and some 80 weight audifil thread. If you've stumbled across this video on YouTube and you still require the pattern, it's available from my website www.lucyengels.com and you can get it as a PDF or a printed pattern. These are some of the blocks that I have thread basted already. As you can see, I've used a general thread and big stitches to hold the fabric pieces onto the background. That makes these basting stitches easy to remove. I'm using a John James Milner needle size 11 and 80 weight audifil thread, both of which are available in my online shop if you need. I like to use a short thread length to avoid breakage, and you want it from the wrist to your elbow in length. So what we're looking for is just the edges of the applique piece just tucked neatly under and held onto the background fabric. You can see the small stitches there. I'm going to take my threaded needle and pulling the applique piece forward. I'm going to do a secure stitch in the background fabric. Just a couple of small stitches just to secure the thread. There, I've done 3. Next, I'm going to use my thumb and the point of the needle to push the edge just slightly underneath my thumb. You'll see that it kind of folds under, and I'm using my thumb to finger press it into place. And then catching the back fabric and coming through to the front, just at that turn down side, I'm just catching that with the needle and pulling the thread through. So I'll be making a stitch less than 1/8 of an inch all the way round. I'm using the side of the needle again to push behind my thumb. Thumb finger presses the edge and I just keep turning it under, catching the background fabric and coming through to the front in small stitches, working my way around the circle. So I use the side of my thumb, the side of the needle with the point, pushing it back and underneath, just turning the edge over. Now I'm going to speed this bit up because it takes a while. So I'm just going to stitch all the way around this circle and then I'll show you how to secure it at the end. Right, we're just at the very last bit that I'm tucking in now behind my thumb. Finger press and stitching. Once I've closed the circle and done my last stitch, I will push the needle through to the back, and then I'm going to do a secure stitch, just catching the background fabric, not going through to the front. 2 or 3 stitches there to hold the thread before I cut it off. And then I'm going to remove the basting stitches, so we don't need them anymore. Getting these circles just takes practice. They seem a bit wobbly, you just have to keep going and eventually you'll get it. I thought it would also be useful to show you how I do the inside of these circles, the kind of inside of the donut. I don't need to clip and fold with the needle turn. These just fold in quite naturally. And as you can see, I started again by double stitching, triple stitching in the back just to secure that stitch. And I'm going to push the edge down. It's a little bit tricky to start. Use your finger, your thumb to press it down. Catch the background, stitch through the front, and you just work your way around. Not folding too much, you have to be really careful. You're just folding the slightest bit of edge round. So I'm going to work my way all round this inner circle until I meet at the other side, and I've sped this up as well because it takes a while. Again, I've gone through the back. I'm going to do a secure stitch to hold. Okay, this is the last block. I'm going to show you how to do the square corners and how to fold them in. So this is a block that I've already basted with the big stitches. You can see that on the back, just using regular thread. And again, I'm going to fold the edges in and finger press. You'll notice that I'm not starting at a corner. I have found it works much better when you start on a longer edge and you work along. So I have just done some secure stitching. And then press down as I did using the needle, using my thumb to finger press it and get a nice crease. And I'll just work up to the side. So I've stitched all the way up to the edge and I've met the first corner. I stopped stitching 1/8 from the top, and you can see I pushed the first corner edge down and then moved along to create a flat edge. So that's nicely pushed back. I've used my thumb to press and crease, and I'm just going to stitch along until I get that 1/8 on the other side that I'm going to leave. So turn the block round. I'm going to do an extra secure stitch here, so it's just a kind of double stitch there, 1/8 from the corner, and that'll just hold it. It stops the fabric popping open when I'm pushing the corner down, folding that first corner. So I've turned the block, used the needle, I'm pushing that corner down and behind, pressing with my thumb, and then with the needle just moving along to create a nice straight edge. Going in with the needle and then just catching that corner, trying to keep them nice and crisp. And this is what your straight edge corner looks like when it's done. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy your needle turn applique.